Welcome everyone. Today we have a special learning guide video with Last Epoch, looking at world first tier of Corruption 2000 with the co-op party play. So this is a learning video coming from Snap, and my friend just told me his friend Snap actually managed to achieve 2000 corruption in his former co-op group. So in this video, we'll be studying how they were able to achieve such a high level of corruption with what class and also what build. So they're currently having 2 support party members and also having 2 DPS members. And of course, guys, this first video won't be as detailed as Snap provided to us. So I'll be providing the entire video, and also I helped to add a few timestamps. I realized Snap didn't have time to do the timestamps. So if you want to see each of the party members on the timestamps, which I'll briefly go through those as well. So very excited to look at some endgame top tier play with Last Epoch. And if you notice, this particular build and also combination did not involve any Warlock or Falconer. So the new class and also the new masteries were very fancy, but Snap here was able to do with his friends achieve 2000 corruption with Paladin, with the Void Knight, and also with Rune Master. Now again, a big shout out and also thank you for Snap for sharing his build and also his concept. And oh boy, I'm nowhere close to 2000 corruption, right? So remember before we had a video, we were learning from the curse with 800 corruption with Warlock, and that was pretty amazing. And then while my friend Royal NZ said, oh look, Snap made 2000, I was like, wow, I need to learn this, right? So let's get into the video. What I recommend is coming over to have a look at Snap's video if you're playing on any of those classes will give you a good insight of how you want to play co-op. And on the chance that you guys are not playing Rune Masters, not playing Paladin, and not playing Void Knight, that is okay as well. Because we can make a character, and Snap will explain that on the Void Knight part, it took them very short time to make the second support, and it works very nicely with a new healing hand. So one of the powers they were using was having 2 support, with a Paladin support using Healing Hand and also Void Knight support using Healing Hand. Now to let Snap explain a little bit, let's jump forward to the time spot for this particular part on the supporting characters.
Talked a lot about Paladin and all of the potential utility that it can provide a party. But one thing that was introduced this patch, which is just absolutely broken, is going to be Healing Hands. Healing Hands is just absolutely crazy and is the thing that is enabling all of the ward generation for the party, right? Essentially, the base heal is 100 here, which you can increase with the base up here, which goes to 240. It then gets multiplied by all of your healing effectiveness, and there's some other stuff that boosts it in the tree as well. This node here, Divine Barrier, converts it all to ward. Given that the other person has a drain mod on their character. So you need to have a drain mod enabled for this effect to work. Other than that, it has a lot of the standard Paladin utility we've talked about before. Has Volatile Reversal for the big more multiplier, has Holy Aura on for the crit multi, as well as some Ellie res and some extra dodge for the Rayoin's build. 120 flat dodge is quite a lot. And then of course it has sigils here that it's proccing, and it has taken Javelin off the bar because using any non-instant skill unfortunately bugs out Healing Hand. When you take the channeling node here and you cast any non-instant skill, it just causes the skill to bug out and not work properly. So we kind of had to take all non-instant skills off the bar so that we could get a consistent heal here without having this brick. So we're bricking less echoes. As a result of those changes and
so I think you guys got the idea, but no, I won't go on too much, and I do recommend coming over to watch the entire video with Snap. So just a brief summary. Snap and his party is using a Paladin support, a Void Knight support. Both are running Healing Hands, and together they're fitting different abilities when one support couldn't fit with the Sentinel support. So this way both of them will run Healing Hands and also other variety of spell to provide the team with more utility, defensiveness, and also more damage. Now during this time, there will be 2 DPS characters in the party. I do believe those are both Rune Masters from Snap and also his friend. He does take a longer time to explain his particular build, so if you want to look at his DPS setup, it starts at time 059 and it takes about 5 minutes for him to explain his entire build, which is quite interesting and also amazing, but I have no idea with Rune Masters because I haven't tried the class. Now, as I was watching the video and learning, he did mention that one of them would look for armor shedding potential if you're looking to play solo, and this way you can deal a little more damage in the high corruption levels, which is quite important to notice the difference between solo play and also co-op play. Now, as we keep going with the learning guide, let's have a look at Snap's concept with the Void Knight, which he mentioned was an easy to make class as well.
Those changes in taking Javelin off the bar, we have offloaded the Javelin to a second Sentinel, which is going to be a Void Knight support. We're in the process of rolling this, so the gear is absolutely trash. Just know that this is a work in progress, but the concept here is to take all of the buttons the other Javelin couldn't fit on the bar, which is mainly Shield Throw. Shield Throw is giving us a 500 armor buff here, which is obviously really crazy to the Rayoin's build. It can scale the flat damage a lot higher. And then because it's a Void Knight, it can spec Anomaly, which is another super powerful skill. Anomaly, the utility it brings, is just has a really crazy stun. It has cast speed and cooldown reduction buffs down here. It's just overall a super good utility spell. The stuns are super important in high corruption. It provides a lot of safety on bosses, shades especially, and just the general trash on the map. It just provides that extra layer of safety. The CC is very welcome here. And basically, you just want to go Void Knight so you don't have overlapping Holy Auras. It's also going to be the carrier of Javelin here. This build is going to be building slightly more attunement than the Paladin. And that makes it a better carrier for the battle standard here, which is providing a ton of increased damage to the two carries. And then obviously you're just going to throw a little bit of extra stuff on top of that. You're taking another volatile reversal so that you can get a little bit more coverage on stuff that's volatile reversaled while you're running through the Echo.
Now again, I'll leave you guys for the rest of the video as a teaser so you can watch the rest. So what is happening is that having 2 support and also 2 DPS allows them to maximize the synergy and also ability to get the most out of the 4-player co-op. Now Snap also mentioned about what to do as a solo player as you watch the video. So what we want to take away with this particular video and also this particular guide is that, let's say if you're playing by yourself, then you need to understand what you need for the end game of corruption with higher armor shredding and also survivability. If you're planning to play co-op as 2 players, I recommend going with a Paladin support, which seems to be top meta at the moment, using Healing Hand. Now if you want to play as a co-op with 3 players, having 2 support and also 1 DPS could also work if you're lacking the defensive capacities. Or you can have 1 supporting party with 2 DPS characters. Now I'm not 100% sure if the skills and also recommendations of the passives that was given over here by Snap and also his friends will work if you use a different DPS like Falconer and also Warlock. But I'm sure if you guys are pushing for higher corruption, you have more knowledge and also concept than me, of course, to look into the details and to see what ability will work with each other using the Paladin support and then using later also the Void Knight support. So what I want to take away from this video is that there are multiple ways to play Last Epoch. I'm currently playing solo, and then for me to learn the solo 800 corruption was amazing with Warlock. But then looking at Snap and also other top end players who are explaining how to play the game in a different concept really opens up my mind and also understanding to the game, which allows me to plan ahead. If I want to play a supporting character with my friend, then Paladin is definitely going to be the next class I want to play. But if I want to play more DPS oriented characters, maybe I'll try Rune Master, seeing how powerful it can be with your friends and also solo yourself with higher corruption. So hopefully this video provides you guys with a little more information of the top endgame co-op with Last Epoch, pushing over 2000 corruption. And again, a big shout out and also thank you for Snap for sharing this video. And I'll have his links and also videos available, and hopefully you guys watch and also learn from him. Snap also streams as well, so make sure you follow him on Twitch and to learn and also ask questions from him. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so, because I'll be learning with tons of the top meta, Last Epoch build from different players in terms of solo and also in terms of co-op to push for higher corruptions, 800, 2000 here, and also different ways of getting top leaderboard with arena with leveling. And in doing so, we'll be learning multiple builds from the best players in the world. So make sure you subscribe and join me on this adventure to learn with Last Epoch. And if you guys do have an amazing build, whether it's a fun build, it's a creative build, or maybe a top meta build, you can share with me on Discord, and I'll look into it, learn the build, and share with everyone on the Last Epoch community.